Good morning, guys. You ever feel like you're surrounded by crazy people, or you might be crazy yourself? A famous person I know, I was talking to the other day, said, maybe we're all crazy and we're just trying to find our way through this life. And I thought that was pretty cool the way she said that. Last night I was watching a guy, I forget his name now, a black guy from America. He was a powerlifter. And why did he do powerlifting? Because when he was in school he was bullied a lot. So he decided he wanted to get strong. And then he went on to do ultra running. He did Navy SEAL, past that. Then he went into the Army and did, I think, Rangers. And then he went to the Air Force and did their Special Forces training. So he did 3 Special Forces training, and then he did all kinds of ultra running. Why did he do all that? Because of his bullying, and he wanted to make his mind strong, so that didn't bother him anymore. So people say things come to you to make you stronger. You know, you go through adversities to make you stronger. And in my life, you know, my childhood was a bag of nails. It was terrible. You know, I was beaten up almost on a daily basis by my own father, and I could go on to the long story, but no need. So these adversities come and you work through them. So how did I get rid of mine? Trying to focus my mind, and I did bodybuilding. So, you know, developing muscle tissue. I just wanted to, it was not to make myself strong so much, but just it's an outlet to focus on something, and the energy, you know, you're using help my mind cope and sort of cancel things out. So I was doing that, but the problem was I was married and my then wife was screwing around. So I'm trying to deal with the mental problems from a kid that you store up and trying to let go. And then my wife's screwing around. I'm thinking, you know, suicide was on the menu, I can tell you. I got rid of her. I sold my house, I made some money, I went and moved somewhere else, I bought that house cash. I spent over 5 years trying to do it up, and then I found out my second wife's doing the same, with women and guys. So how do you live in this life without going mentally insane? So I'm not trying to teach anything, I guess I'm talking, and maybe somebody hears this and say I need this. So the guy that I was talking to about who did all the Special Forces training, that was his way of making his mind strong. So you're trying to get your mind back. You know, first of all, I don't think that a person of low intelligence can do that. And that's why you have alcoholics and drug addicts, because they're trying to hide, they're trying to lose themselves in something. But it's, you know, what makes it worse is when you get injections as a kid, mercury and all that bullshit floating around inside your body, which causes, you know, it's bringing on Alzheimer's, autism. It's bringing autism on, so kids can't think correctly. So they're totally confused. So, you know, I said this many years ago. A beautiful gift is to have in life is to have mental clarity, to think, the ability to think. And maybe that requires a little bit of intelligence, perhaps. But I'm thinking to myself about this guy who did all the ultra running and Special Forces 3 times, and I'm thinking, how does that compare to me? And I've done lots of physical. I volunteered to run 50 miles, 80 kilometers in 24 hours, 3-man teams orienteering through a mountain in Germany, through the mountains. You know, I've done many crazy things. And why did I do that? I did it because of fun. To me, that was fun. And but you know, you're still thinking about life. This morning I asked the vet to come. I have 3 dogs, to give the 2 females birth control and 3 injections of anti-ticks. So, because ticks here is just super crazy. He comes, does half a job, and leaves, doesn't say goodbye, doesn't say anything. Didn't charge me any money, just left. So I asked somebody to phone him, and what did they say? Oh, misunderstanding. did you forget to charge me? So this is a vet. Now in England, a vet has to have 3A levels of high 3A levels. So that's pretty intelligent, I think. But no common sense. So he didn't do his job and he didn't charge me. Oh, I'll come back tomorrow. What the hell? So you're trying to live in this world with crazy, unintelligent people, trying to keep a sound mind, trying to figure out your own journey. Why are we here, etc., etc. So my point is, I really think we're here for one reason, and that's to experience love. Because, I mean, I'm not talking about the Bible, I'm not talking about Islam, I'm not talking about anything. I'm talking about, in the Bible it says, love is Jesus even said, love is the most important thing. So, but many different spiritual people and spiritual paths or religions say the same. We're here to experience love. So the soul lives forever, the earth suit's temporary. We're here to love. But do you see love here? To me, I see, you see feminism, racism, blah, 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 blah. On and on and on and on. So, I brought this with me. This is obviously a Rubiks Cube, but instead of having whole squares, it has hearts on it. And I have this sitting on my desk at home. And I was thinking, if you have, how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, right? And then on each side, 9. So what is that? 9 sixes, I think is 54. If you have 54 different parts of our personality, you could say love, compassion, empathy, and many others like fear, stress, all these different things that make up a whole person. So as a kid, when somebody beats you physically or beats you mentally, my father used to call me shithead or a waste of space and beat me. So there's mental and physical torture that went on for years for a reason that I won't talk about here, but this is what he decided to do with me. So that leaves mental scars. So you can add all these up on here, and this is all my personality. So that if you think all of this stuff is who we are, all of these different aspects or chapters or pieces of our character, if we do bodybuilding or like he did, ultra running and physical fitness to hide the pain, I think that's good. And that led him on to a job for motivational speaking, which is very good. That gives him a job. But I think at some point you have to go past that. You have to have the ability to go past the hurt. And once you get past the hurt, you can let it go. And it's like So where that piece that was stored before is gone. And what is in its place? Love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness. So if this is all parts of our character, personality, as we let something go, we can put love in its place, hence the hearts. And then what happens eventually, when we become fully balanced and full of love, what happens after that? You have peace in your life. But eventually, I think I'm coming to the close, so bear with me. So when you can have love in every compartment of your personality, I believe, because I've seen this happen in my own life, is when you walk in love and forgiveness and see the good in people, is when the spiritual doors start to open up. And what happens? People with sickness come up next to you and can get healed by accident. I've known something, spoke to somebody about what they had, and it disappeared. So I believe that is the ultimate aim. When we can when we get all the compartments in the right way and covered in love, instead of having issues in each compartment, and our whole life becomes love. And more and more we hear about, inside our DNA is a light, and that's where, and Jesus said, they said they've seen a light around him. You get the halo it and all that sort of stuff. they actually know that inside of DNA is light. So when the light covers darkness and where all our compartments are full of love, that is where we're supposed to go. So back to my cube to close. When we're balanced, covered in love, we can, I believe that's the what we're supposed to be. That's the end of the journey. And you know, if that takes 100 years and we're living in torment for 100 years, the body's here for a certain time, but they say the soul and the spirit live on forever. So maybe we're just here as part of an experiment. I don't know. But I think also we're here so we can see birds, we can touch a puppy, we can cuddle a baby, we can love and make love and hold hands. And so I hope you enjoyed. And it's still early January, so I just want to wish you all a very best and blessed 2018. Guys.